Hey, what's up, YouTube? Rat aka the Keeper here, coming at you with a YCS Toronto recap. Finally home, as you can probably tell. Again, apologize, I haven't been making videos for a long time. I just woke up, I finished my fantasy draft, so I'm really tired. I got back in at like 7 in the morning to my house, I think, maybe a little later. Um, anyway, yeah. So, as you know, I mentioned that I was not playing Gravekeepers. Although, I did run into a subscriber, again, another YCS, which is awesome. I'm not sure if his name is Ryan, or Dan, or Brian. I apologize, you know who you are. Thank you for coming up to me, asking me who I was. I do apologize, I didn't have a marker. I would have gladly signed any one of the Gravekeeper cards you wanted. So, if you shoot me your address, I can take care of that for you. Just tell me which one you want. I'll definitely shoot it out there for you. So thanks again. Me and him didn't really agree on the builds that we were playing for Gravekeepers, but regardless, he made day 2. He was X2 through, yeah, he lost round 8 to go X2. He was X1 up until that point. So he made day 2, but then he lost on the bubble. I, with my troll-ass freaking deck, which I will call Chaos Burn, inspired by Carl Proweight, went X3. I lost on the bubble. Round 8 to none other than Jonathan Weigel again. Yeah, what are the odds of that? Two major events back to back that I face him in round 8. So yeah, I didn't make day 2, although there were a lot of X3s that did. There was about 12. But I finished up 171st instead of within the top 128 because of that last round. Although I do have to say, I did play a former jump winner in round 1. Yes, 2 top 4s, a win, and in Orlando in 2009, and a top 8 as well back in the day, in like upper deck days. He won jump Orlando. His name is Cedric Sequeira. I faced him round 1. He was playing Bubble Beat. He's a nice guy. I beat him 2-1 with this deck. Believe it or not, this deck was actually really good. I 2-0 to wind up, but then I lost to Weigel to 2-0. At least I played a match this time, mind you. At least I played a match. I lost to Weigel 2-1. I mean 2-0. And he was also playing wind up. I actually have a full recap on my phone of the rounds. So before I get into what exactly I played, I'll mention what I beat in the order. Round 1, as I mentioned, Cedric Sequeira, 2-1 against Bubble Beat. Round 2, Samson Lagasse, 2-0. I made him scoop. He was playing Machina Gadget, so I beat him round 1. And then in game 2, he couldn't get over my field. He thought he had an out because I sided in Messenger of Peace, which was a last-minute addition to my side deck, and I only played 1 because that's all I had on me at the time. Now I'm actually switching that to 2, maybe 3, depending on what I take out of the side deck. He couldn't get over Marshmallow and Messenger of Peace because I bribed his space on the Messenger when he started to go all out. So that was interesting. So right after that turn, he just scooped. So I 2-0'd him. Round 3, I faced a pussy. I played the bitchiest deck, in which case I'm still going to torch all of this shit in the back of my book, because that's the deck that I fucking played. Chainburn. So yeah, round 1 he literally just drew all draw cards early, but I wasn't drawing enough, like, burn, destruction, anything. I couldn't draw a damn thing that would work against Chainburn at the time. So I lost round 1. Then round 2, I didn't draw any side cards. No, correction. I drew 2 Mystical Space Tycoons as my side cards. But that's it. I didn't draw my trap stuns, which would have heavily won me that game. So yeah, I didn't draw my trap stuns. I didn't draw my Fossil Dyna to prevent Ojama Trios. So it was pretty stupid. So he beat me 2-0. And then he proceeded to lose his next 2 rounds because I saw him sitting on a further table away from me 2 rounds later when I had proceeded to go X2. I lost my next round, as you now heard, to 6 Samurai, or 6 Sakurai as I like to call him. Game 1, he opened up United. I managed to come back and beat him from that one. Then he had 2 more rounds to go. Game 2, he goes first, opens up Gateway. Oh, that's a loss. You take a loss where you take a loss. Round 3. Game 3, he opened up. I went first, and then I opened up with no protection. I opened up Wave Motion in like a Zoma or something, with a Dark Mimic or a Giant Germ or some shit. I don't know what it was. Whatever it was, left the field. And he got me down to like 2K. I couldn't do anything with that. He opened up too well. He opened up Heavy United and drew into Keyzon. So that was that. The next round I faced Sabers. I beat him 2-1. It was a good matchup. He enjoyed it. He admitted the deck was very original. Then in round 6, I 2-1'd Karakuri. This guy was tight as balls, you know. But that Saber kid, he felt the wrath of a lava golem over a Beast, Barkion, and Hunlei field. Moving back to Karakuri. So the kid with Karakuri, I ceasefired him for game as he was trying to overload. Like, he had 3 monsters on the field, I had 1 face down. I think it was a Malin. And I had to do enough damage. He had 3,900. So I had Secret Barrel face down, as well as a Ceasefire. So what I did was he had 9 cards in hand, 1,800. So I went Secret Barrel right away. So he would, before anything got put out. So he had 3 monsters on the field. If he summoned, I would win, because he went down to 21. Now he goes summon monster, and I immediately go Ceasefire for a game, because you're 4, I have 1, it's 25. He just lifted up his deck, shoved it. That was funny. He didn't want to shake my hand either. But hey, Ceasefire for a match. Next round I faced Windups at 2-0 them. It was a good match. I'm not really too scared of the Windup matchup with Lava Golems and Volcanic Queens, but I really need to side with Volcanic Queen against that Windup Rapid. If he takes it off the field, I'm going to lose that matchup every time. So in round 8, as you heard, I got 2-0'd by Waggle. Now for the deck profile. I played Chaos Burn. 41 cards, a late edition of a Chaos Sorcerer. So 3 Marshmallow to start, because I'm proving a point to Konami. So 3 Marshmallow. 3 Giant Germ. Yes, I really played this card. It's a floater. It does damage, and then it makes easy overlay plays for later. It sets up my graveyard for my Chaos Engine. 2 Lava Golems. It's just really good right now because there's a lot of Karakuri Machina or Karakuri gears that like to overload the field. So the moment they do, or they try to bring out Beast Barkion, trying to render me useless, Lava Golem, and then they're in a really tough spot because of the spells and trap support that I play. So 2 Lava Golems, 1 Matayon. This is really good. This is my out to like other random bullshit like Beast Barkion or stuff that I can't get over with Shien and everything, because I can't really destroy him by battle or by card effects. So they would have to have a Deep Prison if I go in with him, or Veiler. So yeah, 1 Matayon is really good. I don't think I play another one, because I dead draw it when I have monsters on the field. 2 card cars. As a draw engine, it's really good in the deck. You combo it off with 1 day of peace on the turn you're not doing any damage, and you're setting up to do damage with the spell card of choice. Hold on. So 2 card cards, 2 tour guides. Now here's where it gets interesting. Yeah, I was playing tour guide, and then the targets were Sangan and Dark Mimic level 3. So I played 2 tour guides to set up my graveyard as well. It's a monster grabber. It's very unexpected in a burn deck. People will get caught off guard. I can also bluff my deck early game if I end up just sitting on this, and they can't get over it. so that's also a good plus. If you think I'm playing like Dino Rabbit as a card. So anyway, these Dark Mimic level 3 was also for draw power. I didn't want to play the Night Assail because I figured everyone was using it and would be afraid to attack the face down, and then once they saw this, they'd be like, oh, it's just a draw, it's whatever. So that came in handy. Plus, I don't mind removing from play this on a lore as opposed to a Night Assail. So those were my targets. One Veiler to help add since I only played 3 lights. Plus it was also really good to get around those turn 1 plays. One Dad. I didn't get to use it the whole tournament except when I lured it off or when I dead drew it when I had 4 in grave. But when I was testing it the whole time, it was really, really consistent, and it's really unexpected. Because when you see this in a graveyard, it's just, they don't expect that. It was really good play. I just never got to use it in the tournament. But I would still play the Dad. One Chaos Sorcerer, as I said, it was a late addition. It's just good removal, and it's another beater that is very unexpected. And a BLS to round it out. Again, same reason as Chaos Sorcerer. So that's the monster lineup. It's a pretty heavy monster lineup for a burn deck, so again, it's really hard to side against this deck unless you just side Decree. $19 monsters. Now onto the spells. 3 wave motion cannons. This is easy side out fodder if you're not going first. You can side 1 or 2 of these out, but it's really unexpected in game 1. It'll make your opponent waste spaces on this instead of your other back row. It'll really draw attention away from the game, because at one point I got this up to 4, which is the reason why I won my match. My opponent couldn't OTK me because I was full, and I got this off at 5. So that won the game, because he had exactly 5,000 after he took the Lava Golem the last turn when I sacked it off for him. So yeah, Wave Motion Cannon, really good. 3 1-days. I didn't really like it originally, because it's very counterproductive in the deck, and then I got used to plays where I would do it like turn 1 so I could card game without worry, and then I could set up my field. So 3 1-days were good. Plus it's just a draw engine. And it also adds up for Secret Barrel, so giving my opponent more cards is actually pretty good in this deck. Which is why I'm also debating on running Book of Eclipse in the side, but that's another story. 2 dualities, pretty standard. And 1 Allure because I do have a lot of dark targets and I don't mind removing like a Chaos Sorcerer or a Dad when I have dead cards, or even a Dark Mimic or Sandman. Alright, so that's the spells, 10 spells. Nope, 9 spells. And now for the traps. 3 Magic Cylinder, again, proving that Konami screwed up. Yeah, this card was really, really good. Getting 2 to 3 off a game is amazing. Really shortens a game. So yeah, 3 Magic Cylinders. 3 Zomas, so it was like 6 Magic Cylinders, except these can ram and attack you. So this was also really, really good. It baited out spaces instead of hitting the Wave Motion Cannons, so that was really good. The only downside is it can get bottomless. It didn't happen to me all game yet, but yeah, so these can get bottomless. So it was really good. 2 Bribes. That's just protection for the deck. Plus it adds cards to their hand for Secret Barrel. 2 Roads, again for protection. I figured this is going to be a heavy format of possibly Blackwing, so I wanted to prepare for that. But 2 Roads is good in this deck. I like it. Gives me the ability to go with 2 Stardusts, and it also gives me that feeling of protection for both my monsters and my back row. Probably still won't play 2 in my Gravekeepers, but I'll definitely play 1. So 2 Roads. 2 Secret Barrels. These were late techs. I figured I wanted another card that would just do damage that's chainable, that wouldn't just sit there, and would be most effective. And since this whole game is about hand advantage and field advantage, I figured with Secret Barrel I would do the most damage. And it was really good, but I don't want to turn it into Chamber, so just 2 Secret Barrels. And then the last one, Ceasefire. This is really, really good, as I explained in one video. So that's the main deck, and now on to the extra deck. 1 Gachi for the Giant Germ plays, 1 Shining Elf also for the Giant Germ plays. This is more of my way to get over things that are 24, 25, and I can detach to make one of their special summon or normal summon monsters lose 500, except during the damage turn. And then I can detach one for that effect. Also, it helps when I'm going for an armory arm play when I use this to go 26 and bash over and do more burn damage. So, shining off. One Leviathan, standard, because I play a lot. I have a lot of room for rank 3 Xyz. Tempo. I did end up using this against windups. Where I went for Zen mains and Utopia, so I got rid of the Zen mains off that, and then the Utopia couldn't attack me. So, 1 Tempo, 1 Leviaire. I ended up using this against Weigel. I had a really busted field, but I couldn't do anything because he had a deep prison. He had 3 monsters. I had a BLS, a Sork, 2 Malins that turned into this, and his wind-up rabbit that he banished the last turn. But he had a deep prison to prevent himself from losing. So, that was that. 1 Zen mains. I cut it to 1 because I just don't think I'm going to need to go into 2. 1 Giga Brilliant because I have the extra room. 1 Acid Golem. Tyrannosaurus. Best card in the extra deck. 2000, 1900 defense. And when he destroys a monster by battle sense to the graveyard, detach 1 and they'll burn for 1,000. So on top of whatever damage I'm already doing, I can burn them for 1,000 on top of it. So he's really good for the deck. But only 1, that's all you really need. 1 Maestro. I only have room for 2 rank 4s. I chose Maestro as a Book of Moon. So him and Gemini Pearl. So for a beater. 1 Armory Arm. For the burn damage, as I said. 1 Thought Ruler to gain back life, negate traps and spells to target. So yeah, 1 Thought Ruler to gain back life. The plays with that are Dad or Marshmallow and Zoma and a Baylor. So I did end up going into the tournament. And 2 Stardusts. Rogues, but you can make them naturally too. That's the extra. Here was the side deck that I played. I played the 1 Messenger as I explained. I played 3 Space. 3 Fissure. D-Fissure. Magic. D-Fissure. 2 Trap Stuns, which I'm probably going to up to 3 now because of Chamber. 2 Volcanic Queens, which I'm going to take down to 1 so I can add a Messenger apiece. Because I like the Lava Golem monster right now. So, and I dead drew these so often. 2 Fossil Dinos to prevent bullshit from Ojama Trio and Karakuris. And yeah, when they unload and then they go Beret and then they go, yeah, their field's fine. So, Fossil Dino is really good. It's also good against windups. And then 2 Amazon Swordsman. I decided this in against Bubble Beat, against any deck that has like attacking monsters, heavy attacking monsters, that I could just ram into. So what I did to Sequeira is in game 3, he had no cards in hand, but he had a Super Poly set with an App Zero and something else. I think it was a Stratos. I summoned this. He had 1,000 left. I asked if someone was successful, in response, no. I rammed into the absolute 0 for game, because it's exactly 1,000 damage, it's not effect damage, it is battle damage, and he takes all of it, so Prime Material couldn't negate that stuff either and make you gain life, if that were out on the board. So, 2 Amazon Swordsman. Yeah, that's the deck. As I said, I'm probably going to change a little bit of it. I'm probably going to take out 1 Space and 1 Volcanic Queen, add in a Trap Stun and another Messenger piece. Thanks for the video, guys. Comments, questions, concerns, any ideas that you may have for the deck, whether you think you like it or not, whether you think it's a shitty deck, it doesn't really bother me. I went X3 only on the bubble, so I could have made day 2 with a random ass deck. This is what I will be playing for the KG Regional this Sunday in Brooklyn. So, yeah. Any suggestions will be happily taken into consideration. Alright guys, again I apologize for my long videos, but I don't do it often anymore. Comment, rate, sub, like, and yeah, if you want a shout out, let me know. Wrath, aka Keeper, out.